Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Now, I am not going to coin. I promise you, I'm not coining every day of the week. And even if I do, it'll just be, thematic. It won't be something that's forever present, except for Hope Day. Wednesdays will always be Hope Days. But today, I am so full of gratitude. So I'm calling this Thankful Thursday. And during this time of our celebration of love during a pandemic or love in the time of coronavirus, I am just so even more grateful for the love stories I'm hearing. I don't know about you guys, I get so inspired. So what I need you to do, I need you to get your phones out. Go ahead right now. Me and my production of one, I have to do it during the show. Get your phones out right now. Go to the hopeMORE page and share it. Share it, share it, share it, and like it. Share it with people you think would be encouraged about today's topic. We're going to be talking about wedding proposals and being engaged. You'll hear more about that. So share it to your page, share it to any page or group that you think would be encouraged. Follow your group page rules, but just share it, share it, share it, because I really am praying that people are not comparing themselves or feeling bad if someone else is celebrating something that you or that person has not yet experienced themselves, but they're literally like, you know what? The world is still going on. The world is still turning. People are still getting married, just like we have, unfortunately, the life cycle of death and end of life. We have people who are coming together, who God is going to do great and marvelous things, even in the midst, of growing unemployment and sickness and racial unrest and political craziness and fervor. People are still sort of like, you know what? I think I like you. Yeah, I think I want to marry you. So come on, everybody. Say, get engaged. Yes, get engaged. Now, this better be a show where I get comments, because I know everybody and their mama can get engaged. Yes, you're right. Did you know that you can get engaged? We'll talk about that a little bit more. So come on now. We're going to be talking about life and love, engagement of life and love. And our special guest, she's going to introduce herself, but she's someone who's so dear to my heart. We've known each other since we were kids. She's much younger than me, but I've just seen her blossom, and she's been an encouragement to me for so many ways that you're going to hear about. I want a special hopeMORE welcome. Yes, I hear the claps, the likes. And hey, if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe and notification bell. But I'm hearing it. I hear the James Brown applause. Her name is Sudie Gordon. Come on, Sudie. I am bringing her on to her great hopeMORE applause. Miss Sudie Johnson. Miss Sudie Gordon Johnson. How are you doing, love?
Oh, I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on this afternoon. I guess it is.
I know. I'm telling you, you already got people yelling your name. That's right. You got applause. You got applause. Come on. Yes. Oh, Miss Hayward is training. Wait a minute. He looks familiar. All right. Yes. I love it. I think you're the first person to get all these comments before we even start the introduction. Yes. You know what? I'm so happy in this moment right now. Okay, so time is money, especially for this very, very industrious young woman. So, Sudie, please tell my audience a little bit about you.
I am Sudie Gordon Johnson, 40 years old, about to celebrate my 41st birthday on this coming Saturday. Woo me. Yay. Work at IBM as an IT manager. I'm a minister at my church, Powerhouse Christian Church. Go PHCC. Like you said, running enthusiast. I started running at the age of 30, was not an athlete at all in high school. One day just decided to do a 5K. And since then, it's just been 5K, 10K, half marathon, just running. Wrote a book, my plug, wrote a book.
All right now.
To Keep the Devil Away. It's available on Amazon.
It's called Pray to Keep the Devil Away.
A devotion a day to keep the devil away. It's a
All
4
right.
5 day devotion. Just some downloads that the Lord gave me that I think will be a great inspiration to a whole lot of people, not just women, not just men, boys and girls, whoever, that just need a devotion every day to stay connected to the Lord. So yeah, that's what that's what I'm doing. And I'm engaged.
All right, now, come on. Not that we're promoting Beyonce, but I don't even know which hand you get the ring on. I do both of them. You put a chain around my neck. Our engagement could be a belt, honey, whatever, an anklet. Come on now. If he likes to put a ring on it.
Yeah. He did a wonderful.
Well, Sudie, I am so excited to talk to you because you are living the dream, but I know the dream for you is much more than just what's happened that got you a ring on it. But come on now, people are here. Some people may just be nosy. How many of y'all out there just nosy? Mm-hmm. How many of y'all just like, what's going on? I've been waiting to get into somebody's business.
Right, exactly.
But at least we honest about it. Sudie, tell us where you don't have to give us your address, but where are you sort of broadcasting from?
I am broadcasting from Seneca, South Carolina, which is closest to Clemson University. Clemson University. I just want to put that out there. Clemson University. Go Tigers.
Go Gators! But Clemson's an awesome school. Awesome school. So thank you so much. She is so multi-hyphenate. So for some of you, you've already seen my little flyer that had like Sudie Gordon, IT manager, minister, entrepreneur, enthusiast of 5Ks. And I almost put marathons, but I was like, I know she's done more than 5Ks, but let me just leave it right there. You are so inspirational. And we're going to talk a lot about all the life engagements you have, but let's get to the ring, shall we? Shall we look at the video before or after?
Oh, let's do the video before because I'm sure it's going to be great conversation afterwards.
Okay, should we get no, we don't need to get the name yet. Because he already you know what? Are you supposed to be at work right now, mister? Okay, so let me not mess
supporting
this up. But I love it. I love to see men just excited about that good thing God's blessed them with. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes.
So
amen.
This should be fun.
I wonder, can I get it any bigger? Maybe I'll take us off for a second. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's coming.
I can't hear anything. Let me go into this because you got to hear. Wait a minute. you got to hear because Sudie, you make me laugh. Oh, volume. Reading is fundamental. Let's back this up a little bit.
Well, you had the reservation. This is Are you serious? Are you serious? What is it? Is it what I think it is?
Mouth drop.
So God works and God moves and God has done great things. And I'm trusting him for more great things to come. And if God be for us, nothing can be against us. But everything can come together because of God. I can't give you everything, but the little that I have, I can share it with you if you have it. So, Sudie, I ask you, trust asking God, in this time that we've been together, will you marry
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, everybody just saw that.
What happened to? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna ask any questions.
me? I know. It better fit.
And Nick,
What?
how long have you been planning this?
Don't worry about what I've been planning.
Oh my gosh! I'm so mad at you.
Why are you mad?
Wait, like who knows about this?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Why? Make you mad.
I am so. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset.
Why?
Like I'm not upset, but like,
That is
okay, so who can?
okay. I think this is the first engagement where so it's like, yes, I'm so mad at you. I hope the audience could turn up their volume as they wanted. But
Yeah.
can we say first, give a shout out? Who was the gentleman who handed you that gift in box?
I
His
call him
name.
Hayward, but his name is Nicholas Hayward.
Okay, I was gonna say you don't have to give his government name, but you call him Nicholas.
I'm probably not gonna do that.
No problem. Okay, so set this up because I know you only could show me a small clip, and
Right.
you can share as little or as much as you want to, but I want to hear about the engagement. Like, around when was it? And of course, as you tell the story of the engagement, feel free to start with when did you guys meet or anything like that. But I'll leave the sequence up to you because you got all the factors in your head.
Right. So I can go back as far as March the 13th of 2020, which was this year. I woke up to a DM from Mr. Hayward. We were connected prior to from a Facebook page. It's like a singles page or something. And one of my cousins that he actually went to high school with was like, I know somebody that would be good for you. And so
Whoa. Okay, what was the date of the sliding into the DMs?
that was March the 13th, 2020. Yeah, you could do that.
Proceed.
Yeah, so prior to that, I did see him in the Facebook page, and I was like, "Oh, he's cute." And I went and looked at his page, and I was like, "Wait, he's from Early Branch, which is like 20 minutes from where I grew up." I'd never seen him before, didn't know like he existed at all, never heard of him, anything. And so I went and made a post. I was like, "Hey, like you're from Early Branch," and he was like, "Yeah." Never got that response from him. So it's like 2 months down the road, and he's in my DM, and he was like, just saw you were from South Carolina, wanted to get to know you. And it just kind of kicked off from there. Like it really just went ablaze after that. Like
Okay, so Early Branch is that a school or is that a city? What is Early Branch?
Branch is a city. It's a city in South Carolina. It's a city in South.
Okay.
Well, I grew up in Hampton County, so it's in Hampton County. Not
Okay.
far from Nicksville, where I'm originally from. Most people know Estill, but yeah, 20 minutes from me. Never knew him, but we kicked off day one. Just communication, telephone, FaceTime, all that. Day one, like we were all in.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this to the audience earlier. I have not gotten the details of this matchup, of this proposal, and it wasn't by design, but it was perfect. And I was like, I'm not going to do any show prep with Sudie. I want to hear it like you guys hear it. I was hoping to God this love story started in coronavirus. I was like, well, the engagement did, so it don't matter. So
Right.
you guys are from around the same place, but you know some of the same people, but
We
you never.
we found out that our parents know each other. His parents, his family knows my family. The Gordons, of course, know the Haywards. Yeah, like we have a lot of similarities in family and friends that we know. Yeah. So
Okay, so you guys were in a similar group. You saw him. He like said, "Hey," y'all started talking. I mean,
right,
I'm sure he looked at you like, "Oh, she cute," and you looked at him like, "Oh, he cute." But when
right.
you all first started speaking together, what were your thoughts? Was it like, okay, this gonna be a chill homeboy, or were you right away sort of like,
Well,
okay,
because I had seen him before and he had seen me before, I was like, okay, this could actually be something. Like, I mean, the questions he was asking, the questions I was asking him, he was asking about church. I saw that he was in church. And I saw that it was somebody that was serious and focused on what they wanted to do. A relationship is what he wanted. A relationship is what I wanted. So, I mean, that's just what we went towards, was a relationship. And it wasn't any games. I didn't have to question him. I didn't have to doubt. I had peace like from day one. He was like this. When he said, what did he say? I had to preach the weekend that we met. I had to preach. My pastor was out of town. And I was telling him, I was like, I got to study. I got to get off the phone. And he was like, oh, you'll be fine. You're a woman of God. It'll all work out. Don't worry about it. And I'm just like, no, like I really have to get off the phone. Like I really have to study. And that Sunday, after he got off work, he got off at like 6 that morning, and he was going to church after he got off work, which was like a plus for me. I'm like, you just got off work and you going to church. Like,
come on now.
right.
Okay, Sudie, I'm getting too excited. And the weird part about this the way this broadcast is, and I've learned the hard way, I cannot interrupt my guests or they won't hear what you're saying. And I'm sitting here going like, I may have to get off the screen so I can watch without interrupting. I just want to make sure my people hear.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask, that group you're a part of, it was for singles, so people of interest. Okay. So
Yes.
when you guys started talking, y'all were not playing games, but did you feel any pressure to make a decision about him?
Not at all. Not at all. What he was presenting to me was what I had prayed for. And I was just hoping that what I presented to him was what he had prayed for. And Cupid shot his arrow. Cupid shot his
Wow. Okay, you got to give a shout out to that group. You know, it's going to
arrow.
increase like membership like 500 fold.
I
You don't
think
even remember?
because we're not in it anymore. Like, what do we need to be in it for? Like, why do I need to? I think it's like professional, saved, and single, or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, y'all, write that in the comments. Somebody professional say just single.
Something to that effect. Like we got out after we started dating or whatever. So it was no need to stay in there. It and we had no purpose there anymore. Yeah.
Now, okay, sister minister, IT manager, author, saved, sanctified. You and I both grew up in the Pentecostal Holiness Church. Although I know you in I think a non-denominational, or we're not. You're not in the same organization. I haven't been for 20 years, and since moving back home and helping my parents pastor, I'm right
Right.
back to Mount Sinai. So yeah, I hope they'll make me an elder, even with my lipstick and earrings. But because of that, I know that we grew up under the same teaching about holiness, and that
Mm-hmm.
holiness is right, and
Yes.
not only sexual purity, but not dating or outside of your faith. You know, different
Right.
things. Even my dad wasn't allowed to be married in a Mount Sinai church because he was Baptist. Thank
Right.
God they have grown up since the 70s. But when we engage or allow a man, let me not use the word engage, when we allow a man to pursue us, you know, the standard is pretty high.
Correct.
How were you able, through your initial interactions with him, realize that he could meet that standard or exceed that standard, regarding just, you know, the kind of man and how he would want to proceed in your life romantically?
Um, it's the steps that he was taking, like the things that I had prayed for, the things that I had declared about a husband prior to meeting him. He was starting to show me that I didn't have to pursue him. I didn't have to run after him. I didn't have to chase him. He was chasing me, which is the way it's supposed to be. Which is
Right.
why
That's
and she was like, you should. And I was like, oh, no. Like, that's not how I work. Like, I was like, if he's interested, eventually, we'll meet if we're supposed to. 2 months later, we met. And I felt like it was an instant click. I'll let him give his version once we get the knot out. But yeah, I felt like it was an instant click. He grew up similar to the way that I did, so we had that church banter back and forth about being in the back of the church, the tambourines and shouting and being in church all day. Yeah, like we both had that going on, but it was the instant connection, I think, that made me be like, ooh, this gonna be something.
wow. So isn't that crazy that
Yeah,
here's this group, and this group was not like a South Carolina group, right? So you
exactly.
have all these people all over the country, and someone who grew up, you guys probably passed each other in football games, and
Our high
you
schools
know
were
what?
like, we are rival high schools. We graduated the same year, Hope. Oh my gosh.
The
Like,
same year,
we were born the same
girl.
year.
Don't let me go pulling people's yearbooks and doing a Facebook check. That is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Talking about orchestrated from the Lord.
Yes, I really feel like that is the case. Yes, for sure.
And what is crazy, if you all would have met earlier and been feeling each other, if you were the right people at the wrong time, it would have been
Right.
the
Exactly.
wrong relationship.
I recently had
You are encouraging me.
recently had that conversation with him, saying that at this particular time in both of our lives, God knew that we needed each other. So that's the way to set that up, and I am grateful to God for that every day. This is.
Wow. Well, we got, first of all, your number one fan has been blowing up the comments.
I know
Okay.
he has.
Blowing up the comments. I can't show them all because he was like, woo. I think he was commenting as we were watching. But Mr. Nicholas, he gave himself away.
He
Like,
said I'm
I'm
cute,
cute,
cute.
cute.
Are you serious?
I want to hear this. Laugh out loud. Yes. Number one fan, Nick. I thank you so much, man. Come
Oh,
on now.
thank you, Miss.
Yes. I'm like, you worked at his favorite restaurant in high school?
Yeah, apparently I worked at Pizza Hut. I did not know. I mean, I didn't. It's possible I saw him, and I just never knew. Never ever.
Can When we get to heaven, in my mind, God's gonna roll back film. It's gonna be
Yes,
so cool to see how many times y'all like was right there,
exactly.
like sliding doors.
Exactly.
I hope he tipped you well, he was in high school, he probably didn't. But
Right. After that tip now.
your sister giving the deets. Pizza Hut was your favorite restaurant. You are being drawn in the spirit. You know what? Your reception could have Pizza Hut pizza. I'm just saying.
Oh, maybe not.
Okay, yeah, maybe. No rehearsal dinners at the Pizza Hut. Tanya Gordon, she's like, yes, because the standard is God's standards. Come on now.
The
Come
one
on now.
that put us together. It is Tanya, my cousin Tanya. That's her.
Excuse me?
Yeah. That's Tanya. She is the cousin that went to school with Nick, and she's the one that put us together or connected us.
So, so Tanya co-signed on this thing.
She did, and we owe her a backseat now because because she wants to be engaged. So we owe her.
You know what? If children are in the future, somebody's middle name need to be Tanya. That's all I got to say. And if it's a boy, we'll say you could put a little, no, don't
No,
listen. I was like Tanya, no. Oh man, thank you all for commenting so much. Chandrika Bernard, one of my VIPs, she says, hello.
hi.
Like she understands too how God brings people together because she's walking in such an amazing marriage. Stacy Thompson Parker,
Yep,
yes, you
my
are a
girl.
great
Yep,
inspiration.
I love her.
And this is what Nick, he made me laugh. Yes, come on. We may have a whole show, Nick. I may need you to come on in a few months, or I don't know what time, and I'm not gonna ask you your business about wedding dates and stuff, but I may have a whole show on put the ring on it. I may call it Jacob the Jeweler. We're gonna have a
Oh,
Jacob the Jeweler show, and we're gonna help our brothers out. And I want to get the name of that book again. It is A Devotion a Day
to keep the devil away.
to keep the devil away. Deborah Thompson says, very good book. And where can people
Yeah.
find that book?
It is available on Amazon and it is available on Kindle.
All right now. Sudie Gordon. I'm always calling you Sudie Gordon. And it was after I already created the flyer, and I'm like, Sudie Gordon Johnson. And, you know, in my mind, because, you know, by way of my aunt, the great Bishop Evelyn Williams Gordon,
yeah.
all the Gordons in my mind, like I'm probably calling Felicia Gordon, you know, like our Gordons. So
okay.
I love it. So it's on Amazon and what?
And Kindle. It's available on
Kindle. Now, gosh, this time is like going fast, and I promised you. So I got like 10 minutes.
I can give you an additional 10 minutes.
Okay, but she like, listen, I can't take my whole lunch break with you. I understand. You know what made you so perfect in talking about being engaged? I wanted it to be more than just about, this person got a wedding proposal. And also I know the rest of your story will be on your, you know, your little nice wedding websites and stuff like that. So I won't, you guys, and it'll probably be in your next book. So I won't take all the deets. But I have been following your weight loss journey. I have been following your ministry journey. Girl, you shout your church out good. Your pastor probably like, I need more members like her. I'm like, I'm going to their church, you know, and I do, because they often have drive-in services, and I'm right there, you know. And also you're so supportive. And I just want to say, and which is one of the reasons why I definitely want to promote everything you're doing, that a couple of years ago when I was doing a fundraiser for, you know, the seed of what this is, the Hope Show, you were one of the few who not only gave, but I mean, I was just like, she didn't have to do that. Like, I was really, really, really touched. Of course, all of my friends touched me, but those who didn't know me intimately, you know, who like, you know, if you wanted to give and I wanted to look at you crooked eye, like my best friends, like, give nothing. And I was like, this woman, whether I'm walking with Girl Trek or saying I want to do a show, or asking you, will you be on the show and talk about your business? You have been supportive. So tell me, when I say the question, how are you engaged in life? What would that mean to you? How are you engaged in life?
Oh man, engaged in life means a whole lot right now. I'm hearing a whole lot more people tell me about just watching my life journey and just the different aspects of the things that I'm in and how it's being a blessing to them. And that's essentially all I want to do. I just want to be a blessing to people. I feel like if God has blessed you, if you're not blessing others, you're not living the life. If you're not giving, if you're not supporting, if you're not inspiring, if you're not getting beyond yourself and being selfless, then you're really not doing all that God needs us to do. And I feel like being engaged in life right now is beyond the fact that I'm about to get married. It's beyond the fact that I have a book. It's staying connected to people that need me. That's really what it's about, because in this pandemic, we are losing a lot of people. And that is either from the COVID virus, that is either from depression, silent depression. People, I mean, you don't know that people are sitting at home just crying their eyes out because they can't make ends meet. You know, they can't do the virtual e-school, or, you know, things just aren't working out in their lives that they're not even telling their friends about. But that we're staying connected to those particular people and saying, I'm here for you. I'm here to encourage you. You know, this is not more than we can handle. Make sure that you're having, I promote having a relationship with the Lord, because when everybody else is gone, God is always omnipresent. And whenever I was going through life, period, God was there and I could call on him. And he put people in my life that I could then call upon. when I felt like I just needed somebody to talk to. Because sometimes we feel like we need a physical person to be sitting there, to be listening so that we can vent to. And God puts those resources in our lives. And those are the people that I continue to engage in. Sometimes I surprise people and just check up on them. I mean, some people are just like, I wasn't expecting you. I hadn't talked to you in so many years or whatever. But, God drops them in my spirit. And I'm like, let me check on them. Just make sure, I hadn't seen them on Facebook, hadn't seen them on social media, hadn't reached out via text, whatever the case may be. And sometimes you just need that engagement. And you don't know what that engagement does for them because you don't know at what point they were about to give up. You don't know at what point they were about to let go. Because there were people when I was about to let go that said, the Lord dropped you in my spirit. I don't know why. Or, I just wanted to give you something. Or I just wanted to bless you. I want to now return that gift. I want to return the gift of inspiration and encouragement. So that's
I'm sorry, say that one more time because my voice muffled you.
I
said that last. Yeah, I just think that is so powerful because, right, the joy, or often what we consider the joy of the engagement, not only is it about, oh my gosh, you're about to like have this life with someone, it's the surprise of it. Even if from day one, right, you and Nicholas weren't playing, like you weren't saying we're going to get married, but we are sharing information that we're prayerfully considering whether or not you'll be a suitable mate for me. So even though I
said that we're both prayerfully considering. The prayer has to be both sides, yeah.
Yeah, that you're both prayerfully considering, right? Even though people could say the woman could propose to the man, but that's another show altogether. But it's also the surprise of the like announcement of like now. Right. And so you sharing how you engage life, one of the ways is by engaging other people. It's that surprise call. It's that show up. It's that, hey man, I was thinking about you. It's like, oh my God, I haven't talked to you in a year, or I haven't talked to you since graduation or since that funeral. In this time where people are held up in their homes a lot, even though we're getting more and more out, but there are people even prior to the pandemic who didn't find issues with socializing, or they really have no one, or they don't have a consistent touch.
Right.
Could you imagine how there are people since the pandemic who's not had anyone to touch them,
right,
to hug them, to hold their hand, and to get a call is like getting a kiss on the cheek from someone to just say, no, how are you really?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on really? And that's a wonderful thing about engaging life. And I keep looking at my clock. You got so many people sharing. You know what? Felicia's like, look at all this family on this page. Yes. Y'all trying to get the deets. But see, I had to stop because I felt the spirit of nosiness wanting more deets. Now I'm joking. And I love it. Christina Reeves Young, a wonderful woman of God and also a minister. She said, get beyond yourself. Come on.
Her.
You know her?
Yeah, I know her. Didn't she?
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that Christina Mount Sinai born too. We're everywhere.
Yes.
Get beyond yourself. And I think that's so great on a topic about love and the coronavirus. It's not just about you being blessed by Nicholas. Mm-hmm. Nicholas been blessed by you.
Correct.
And you've been able to bless other people. I know you've blessed me. Let me ask you.
Okay.
Like, oh gosh. Christina's like, yes, we love you. And Barbara's also, I'm telling you, everybody, if you're not convinced that Sudie is a wonderful spirit, then I don't know what else I can say. But I wanted to talk to you about times in your life when you weren't engaging. You weren't engaging life. Like engagement would not be, or if you've experienced any time in your life where engagement of it would not be how it would be described. Maybe survival. Would you mind sharing that?
Yeah, not a problem at all. So a time in my life when I didn't feel engaged, I would probably say comes in this book. There's a book called Mastering Your Emotions, and it's about hurt from evangelist Bridget Wright. And I linked up with her. This book has a whole lot of women that are telling stories about how they got over hurt. And my biggest time of disengagement was when I got divorced. The fact that I was only married for 9 days and then there was no more marriage. That I disengaged from everybody. I isolated. I didn't talk to friends, didn't talk to family. And it was at that point that I just really had to look down in myself and see what it is that I wanted to do and realize that all was not lost. And that's the one revelation that God gave me. He said, all is not lost and I have better for you. And I found better, or better found me, or however you want to look at that. All is not lost. And once we realize that all is not lost in our disengagement, realize that God does have the best for us, and he is, delay is not denial. I know we hear it all the time like it's a cliche, but it's not denial, because he knows exactly what we need and when we need it, and he will make it happen at that point in time, whether that's a book, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a ministry or a business, a job, whatever it is. All is not lost. Just know that if it doesn't happen the first time, there is a chance, there is an opportunity, because opportunity constantly presents itself to us. We just have to be ready, and not in in self-pity, or the fact that things didn't work out the way that we wanted it to. So all is not lost. And if we can get out of what happened and move ourselves beyond what I call the broken chandelier, which is what I felt like I was, if we can start to pull those pieces back together, and people will see the glue, and people will see the gaps, and people will see the holes, and they'll see that it's not as perfect as it was before, but it was God that made it what it is now. And in that uniqueness of it, he begins to use us, because he can use us with those broken pieces. He can. We just have to let him put us back together. He's the potter, we are the clay. That's just how it works. He is the potter, we are the clay. And he molds us and makes us into what he wants us to be. And it's at that point when we surrender all to him and we say, God, this is my life. All this mess I got going on, all this disengagement I got going on, all this isolation, all this hurt, all this pain. I got all this going on. I give all this to you. And I say, you mold it and you make it. And when you do that, present me at that point. Present me at that point. When I come out as pure gold, present me at that point. And once he presents you, he gets all the glory. This is nothing that I nor Nick can take credit for. This is all God. It's all God. And I give him credit for it every day. Every day. Every day I give him credit. Every day. Whoo! I feel like I can run and shout right now.
I'm about to say, I should have asked for your cash app. Some of y'all need to see it into that. What's your cash app? I am not playing. What's your cash app?
Oh man, I don't think I know my own cash app. I think it's Sudie
Nick,
Johnson.
you know her cash app. Let me
Nick,
know.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't.
Nicholas, would you put her cash app in the comments? Thank you. No, seriously, because you don't we had deliverance service. So there are people who got on here to be nosy or to hear a sweet love story, but they have to understand that God is engaging them right now. Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes to the quest.
Yes.
Say yes. All
God,
is not lost.
you just said it. God is proposing to you right now, and all he's asking for is a yes. That's all he's asking for. And he'll put more than a ring on it. He will bless us exceeding abundantly above what we could ask or think. Like,
he will put more than a ring on it, honey.
He will. He will put more.
He will put a crown on it. Okay.
Yeah. He takes
okay.
And gives us.
Sudie, don't come in here and try to take my show over. Let me just tell you.
I'm done.
I should have known better than to have another preacher on here. Tell me about simply making it look excellent.
Simply Make It Look Excellent is the acronym of SMILE, which is what I do a lot of times. I've heard a lot of people say you're always smiling, but it's the acronym of SMILE. It is for life coaching. It is for wellness. It is for inspiration. It is for lifestyle. It is for ministry. It's my way of just presenting what God has given me to the world. So Simply Make It Look Excellent LLC. It's on Facebook. You can follow me there. I just got 500 followers. I'm so excited.
Oh yes! How long have you been going? How long is it?
Year. My friend, I gotta call her out. Stacy Thompson Parker was the one that helped me get the business, get the LLC up and running. So I'm using that as a platform for my books, for my inspiration, for coaching, for wellness. Just whatever the Lord gives me is what I'm planning to put out there, and constantly just trying to inspire people every day, because people need that inspiration. They need to know that someone loves them, someone cares. Yeah.
Well, I'm about to fix this. This is LLC, honey. This ain't no doing business as we. I thought it was that, and I was taking it off your card, but I want to make sure we understand. I love that acronym, SMILE.
Yes.
You got to get the rights, and maybe you already have it. The rights to it for Kirk Franklin. Oh yeah. So much better when you or see this. You were a good Mount Sinai child, and you're younger than me, but I like your smile. Do, 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 do. You guys comment below. What's your favorite song about smile that has smile in it? We're not gonna play that play sing song where they give you a wording song, but you know what? That's very memorable because you and your smile is so evident. And let me tell you, because I know we can't talk about everything in this short time. Thank you for allowing me 10 minutes over. So my 4 minutes of that 10 minutes over is about to be done. I want to say that you all have to check out Smile. You have to check out Sudie Gordon. If she's nice enough to let you be a personal friend, this woman is so amazing. And I know about her. I know a little about her health journey. She's a part of the Bad Mofos. I started a group called Bad Mofos, standing for morbidly obese females overcoming. And it's not just for those who are still trying to overcome. People like Sudie climb that mountain and bringing people with them. And I sort of like it because it sounds a little dangerous, the Bad Mofos. Because I got sick of seeing what I would call fat acceptance groups that did not challenge their members to try to improve their health. And then those really great health groups where everyone's talking about their marathon running or, without much consideration that some people are not just starting from step one, but right now to even move their body in less than a mile or to their mailbox, or they can do 3 miles. And that was huge for them. There's no room to discuss those. So the Bad Mofos is trying to bring them both together because we are fabulous and fierce, but we're burning off those things that would cause any description to be attached to us as deathly. And seeing you do those 5Ks when there was a little bit more of you encouraged me. And when I had a heart attack in 2017, the weekend I got out of the hospital, I went to my first 5K that was just because I wanted to go. Yes, I went to the HBCU alumni 5K in Piedmont Park in Atlanta. And first I was like, I'm just going to walk a mile. And I was slow, but I finished my little 5K and people were cheering me on. And I got my t-shirt and my number and I got hooked. And I went to a few more. I'm nowhere near where you are, but man, when this COVID thing gets squared away, I'm like, I'm going to do 100 Ks, okay? Because those things are so encouraging, especially different fundraising. But it was like, when I kept hearing about you and Felicia, y'all going to another run, I'm like, I want to go. I want to go to that. So your fitness journey, more than your weight loss, because sometimes people focus too much on how many pounds you lost, even though you lost amazing amounts. But it's about like, what is my blood pressure? What's my blood sugar? What's happening? And when I tell you I hate the devil, And the fact that anything called morbid or comorbidity is attached to me is a
Right.
testimony against Christ, and it's not his fault. So
Exactly.
regardless of how long or what it looks like on the outside, it's people like your testimony and the things that you do that inspire me. So I wanted to say that. You
Yes.
guys go out, check up on Sudie. She has so many things. She talked about her book, Devotion a Day. I hope I wrote it right. To Keep the Devil Away. You can find that on Amazon and Kindle. You can also find her on IG at, what does that stand for? Me at MSCU Lady 12. Does that?
That's Miss Clemson University Lady 12.
You know what? Support her, even though she's a Clemson Tiger. We're gonna take that off the screen.
Don't hate champions. Oh my goodness. Don't hate champions.
Oh, I don't, honey. I come from champions. I am a University of Florida and Spelman College and Taylor County High School
Okay.
graduate.
Spelman part. You can keep the Spelman. It's the Gators part that got me.
Oh yes, we don't have any competition with the undergrads, do we? Spelman does not have a football team as far as I know. So you guys, thank you so much. Sudie, I'm just so excited.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing that very personal moment. I did not even know that you had been married. I was trying to coordinate the Gordon Johnson. I didn't know. But the one thing about it, and social media has taught me well, don't ask a bunch of questions if it ain't really pertinent to your life. Because I could be like, oh, it's so great, you and your wife. And then someone's like, honey, we're divorced. But when we get off, I want to share something with you because I know for a fact that if the man that I was in premarital counseling with in December, and I'm not dishonoring him, if we would have gotten married, I saw a very similar circumstance. That within a very short time, if I would have ignored the red flags, the pink flags became red, or just accepted like, oh gosh, you're 46, come on, just get it over with. No one has a perfect marriage. And I would have been feeling pressure. Oh, I can't walk away because everybody in my age and Mount Sinai and all this kind of stuff. So I think you are more brave as my shero than I ever knew. I'm so glad that you dared to find love in the time of coronavirus, or should I say, you allow love to find you. Do you have any last words you want to say to the hopeMORE family? And while you're doing that, I'm trying to see how many other people, so many people have commented. This is a record. I need to have you. First of all, this is like the first of a 5-part series starring Sudie Johnson. We're going to be Oprah and Dr. Phil because you got your stuff going on. We're going to cross promote each other. And then, so I got to get with Nicholas, I guess. Yes. He may be your husbander and like get some show ideas because you done unloaded so much. But let me stop talking and let you talk. Share anything that you want to share with our audience. Pray if you want to. Shoot, you already preached and getting an offering.
He's so silly. I can't not share about Nick's book. Nick had a book that was published in April. It's called The Push Project. It's also available on Amazon and it is also available on Kindle. So this has been amazing. I feel like it's not just a single ministry. Now we are like a combination ministry. Like we are about to embark upon something that's just going to be so great between the both of us. Like God is going to use what we both have, bring that together and just get a greater glory out of our lives. I'm elated, that God thought enough of me to put me in this situation, but that he thought enough of both of us to allow this blessing to happen for us. Shout out to Powerhouse Christian Church. I love y'all so much. I saw my cousin's son was on here. He's my cousin and he's my son. That's William. I'm not going to run. Hush, Nick. But I appreciate everybody that is supporting me. I like you. I know that people don't have to they don't have to support. But the fact that they do, it means a whole lot to me. And I make sure that people know that I appreciate them, and I'm not too haughty on myself, or not too high, to know that at this point I could be high, at another point I could be down. But I take the opportunity, one, to just give God glory, give him praise, and thank him for every person that he has put in my life, including you, Miss Hope. You are inspiration to me as well. I mean, I had fallen off one time, and then I saw you were like, I gotta get this, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get this too. And so it pushes me back to the goals that I have in life, and I feel like God is just gonna bring us out of this pandemic much better than we started. So thank you for having me. Thank you, Mr. Hayward. Thank you, friends. Thank you, family. I appreciate you guys so much.
Wow, you know what? I know you guys are going to have a successful marriage because God is the center, and you both, I can tell just even by what he shared and you sharing his work, that you guys are going to be in the only competition in your marriage is how much you're going to outlove each other and outpromote each other. Like, but what about this? But baby, you I'm like, yes, that is so beautiful. That is what love is. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I just I don't even go live. I think the most I went live during the pandemic was when my church was having prayer at 6 a.m. in the morning. So that was oh, there's my cousin's son. He put out my Cash App. I love you, Will.
Yes, and Nick did it first, but I'm just showing you all love. And you
Oh,
know what, guys? I've never done the Cash App thing before on this show. She did not ask for it. I just, for those of you who want to seed, I just feel, this is a media mission ministry. I feel like if you have it on your heart to bless and seed into what she said, I'm gonna get on some of that. Come on now. You're gonna make me start. Well, I guess you didn't DM him, he DM'd you. But I'm gonna start responding to my DMs because I often ignore them. I'm like, wait a minute, is your thing foreign? How are you? I'm like, I don't get on here to hook up with people.
right.
But who knows what God has for anybody? Just believe. And as you said so beautifully, God knows how to heal the broken pieces. Thank you so much, Sudie. Oh my gosh, this is just this has been so much. I'm really, 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 really full. I've been amazed at all week the people who've come on have, I feel like I personally, that God was personally just wanting to talk to me, like literally. Yeah. All right then. I love you. Love you guys. I gotta say goodbye to my guests and probably send her like a Wendy's meal because I done took up her lunch hour. We love you so much. Please share this if you love this and think that someone could be encouraged. Not even a promotion of my show, but hey, I would love for you to like it and come on because we're having discussion every Wednesday at 12, and I seasonally or every month have a couple of days in a row about a theme. This week theme is love in the time of Corona V. So I'm your host, Hope Dims, and I love you and I mean it. Thank you so much. Go get engaged. Say yes. Ah! Bye.